Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Salim Jarwar. I am from Nashar of Firoz and I am the student of first year DVM batch 2K24 AV123. I am here to represent my presentation on ribs of domestic animals which was given by Sir Dr. Noor Saman Saab. So let's start my presentation. Initially, I am going to introduce the ribs. Ribs are the crucial part of our skeletal systems which forms our chest cavity. And this chest cavity enclose and protect the internal organs like heart and lungs. And the other thing, the function of the ribs. There are three functions of the ribs on the basis of structures. Firstly, protections. Ribs, which forms the chest cavity, also protect the organs like heart and lungs. The second one, support. Ribs also articulate with the muscles and ligaments. Ribs articulate with the muscles like internal intercostal muscles and external intercostal muscles, which helps the during respirations. The third one, which is more important, respirations. Ribs, which form the rib cage, also helps in respiration during expanding and contracting these muscles. And now I'm going to introduce the anatomy of ribs. If I talk about ribs, ribs are the curved bones, and ribs contains a head which is dorsally articulated with the thoracic vertebra and neck, and then shaft. Shaft is curved body, and the ribs ventrally articulate with the sternums. And there are, if I talk about species to species, so in all species the number of ribs and their structures totally different. And now I'm going to classification of the ribs. There are three type of ribs: true ribs, false ribs, and floating ribs. True ribs also called sternal ribs because they directly articulate with the sternums, and false ribs also called asternal ribs, and they don't articulate directly with the sternums, means they articulate with the sternum with the help of cartilage. And the floating ribs, they totally don't articulate with the sternums. If I talk about number of ribs species to species, I can say that the number of ribs species to species are different. If I talk about bovine, means cattle like ox, there are 13 pair of ribs, in which 8 pairs are true ribs and 5 pairs are false. 8 pairs are true, means they articulate directly with the sternums, and the other 5 are called false ribs, means they articulate with the sternum but not directly, means indirectly with the help of cartilage. If I talk about horse, there are 18 pairs of ribs, in which 8 pairs are true and 10 pairs are false. And the ribs of horse are narrow and long. They form the long thoracic cavity like cattle as well. If I talk about number of ribs in goat and sheep, there are 13 pairs of ribs in sheep and goat, in which 8 pairs are true and 5 pairs are false. And in swines like pigs, there are 14 to 15 number of pair of ribs, in which 7 pairs are true and 7 to 8 pairs are false. And the ribs of the pigs are rounded and they form the compact thoracic cavity. And the last one, dog and cat. The number of ribs in dog and cat are 13, in which 9 are true but 4 are false. Now I am going to show practically the number of ribs species to species. Now you can see there are 18 pairs of ribs in the horse. The initially 8 pairs are true and the other 10 pairs are false. And you can see that the 8 pairs which are articulate with the sternums directly, but the remaining 10 pairs articulate with the sternums but indirectly, means with the help of cartilage. Now we are going to cow. Now you can see in the cattle there are 13 pair of ribs. The initially 8 pairs are true and the remaining 5 pairs are false. Now let's going towards the goat. Now you can also see in goat there are 13 pair of ribs, in which the 8 pairs are true, means they articulate with the sternum directly, but the remaining 5 pairs are false, means they articulate with the sternum with the help of cartilage. Now that is my presentation and it's all about. Thank you so much.